Scorpio, how are you? Welcome to your October 2017 reading. Thanks so much for being here. Quick astrology highlight for you for the month, all right? We've got all the planets, the Sun, Mercury, Mars, not all the planets, but you know what I mean, a lot of the faster moving ones moving from Virgo into Libra, okay? So you're probably going to be having a lot of social activity, going out, meeting people, enhancing your, your work portfolio, whether it's your client list or getting a new job or something like that, through friends and networks. And really maybe some of you actually getting promotions or getting increases in income. So that's an exciting event. But even more exciting than this is Jupiter transiting from Libra into Scorpio. Why is this so significant for you, specifically Sagittarius? Because this is your house of subconscious. It's your house of spirituality. And being ruled with such an intense sign, such as Scorpio, Sagittarius has so much depth and so many layers. And it's in part because of this Scorpio subconscious. And to have your ruling planet placed there is going to enable you to really get in touch with your higher sense of purpose. Some of you may even go on some adventures this year, going to a yoga retreat in Italy, or going to visit a monastery or something like that, to sort of recondition and to go through a process of reprogramming your mind. It's going to be very important for you. It's very much a cleansing process. Because Sagittarius, being such a spiritual sign anyway, right, ruled by Jupiter, it is a very spiritual sign, and it is a very connected sign, very in tune with others, very in tune with other people. And sometimes that kind of gets lost a little bit. And having had Jupiter in Libra for so long, for the past year, and there was a lot of career focus. So now it's kind of circling back to you, and it's getting you primed to really establish a stronger sense of self. And if you've gone through major changes, now is really the time for you to say what is needed and what is not needed, and cleansing and clearing away all of the unnecessary things and simplifying your life so that you can attain a level of simplicity. And simplicity is needed when we're talking about spirituality, right? Because the more clutter we have in our life, the more difficult it is for messages to get through and for our true authentic self to surface. So very exciting month for you. That's enough babbling. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down and go ahead and get started with your reading. Hi Sagittarius. Okay, I was shuffling and these fell out, so I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and turn on the camera. And I wanted to say that I've been quite excited to do this Sagittarius reading, because in spite of a lot of the difficulty that you guys have been having this year, and we've talked about that already, it seems like you can sense the shift. While there is still tension, and while there is still, okay, so we've got the Sun and we've got Justice. I don't remember if I said that already. The Sun and we've got Justice. The Sun can often be a higher level of acceptance of the flow of life. And you've come to this point of just like, whatever is meant to be is meant to be. And I'm going to do my part to do what I need to do to make things better. And, I can't control the other people in my life, but I hope that they will accept responsibility. And I think for a lot of you, the other person has accepted responsibility. Or if they haven't, then you've taken the responsibility to leave or to get them out of your life, kind of thing. And in essence, the colors in your life seem a little bit brighter, But Justice can be cruel, and again, she's got Venus and she's got Saturn in her scale. So we've got, with the Saturn retrograde this year, Saturn being in your sign and all of this, you still have it in your sign. So it's still there. It's still cool. In spite of the Sun, there is very much a cool energy about you, and there's been like this, okay, everyone's just kind of backing off. Let's allow things to reach a new equilibrium, because it's been so askew for the past year, that is just, you know, you really need to just rein it in. And justice is, you know, a Four of Wands, a card of stability. You know, justice is indifferent. She's indifferent to you and your problems. She's indifferent to your partner. She's indifferent to how much you want love. But ultimately, she always brings about what's best. You know? And the Four of Wands, like I said, stability and strength. Another indication of Venus. We've got the symbol of Venus here and the symbol of Venus here. Okay, when we talk about Venus, we talk about values. We talk about self-worth, self-love. We talk about what we deserve and what we want in life, and finding your groundedness and finding your roots within that value system. And, you know, Sagittarius, you're an adventurous sign, and you travel and you go and you have many groups of friends and all these things, but you are very grounded. You are very strong. You are very sturdy, in spite of what people may see on the outside or how they may perceive you to be. Like I just said in the intro, you know, you've got Scorpio in your subconscious. That's a fixed sign, fixed and intense. And look, this is the Lord of perfected work. You do hold yourself up to very high standards, and you hold others up to very high standards as well, but not in an unfair way, right? If you're going to be the best of who you are, then you expect others to be the best of who they are too. And like I said before, some of you may be accepting responsibility in your life and accepting responsibility in your situation, especially in your relationships. And some of you are like, look, I have, you know, my set of standards, and this relationship just really isn't meeting it. And I need to go my own way. And others of you have had partners that are like, look, I can see you really trying to be the best of who you are, and I'm going to do the same. And I'm going to try to match you so that we can move forward together and leave this stuff behind us, and to kind of open a new chapter in our life. Wow, you've got a lot of cards really wanting to come out. Ace of Wands. I love this with the Jupiter coming into your sign. Oh, you being a fire sign. It's about passion and excitement and blessings, you know, and the wands represent the spirit, you know, your actual soul and the will inside of you that creates a beautiful life. And there's so much drive and motivation for you to have that, for you to have a sense of purpose, for you to have a meaningful relationship, for you to have dreams and ambitions come true, you know? And with all the Libra activity this month, it's very, very possible that you will have some of your wishes come true, or at least get started. So if you're wishing for a more steady relationship, over time that will come, and this may be an opportunity for that. If you're single, this could be someone new coming in that really could offer that. You know, it's kind of like the reward after the final exam. Because you're in the final exam, you're in the last legs of the final exam. And here comes the reward. It's like going out to eat and celebrating, or, you know, you go to graduation and you've got the party afterward, you know? And it's very possible that some of you may experience something new and exciting coming in. And some of you may even experience a heightened level of sexuality and really use your sexuality to connect with your partner. Again, let's not forget the role of Scorpio in a Sagittarian's life, you know, and Scorpio being the ruler of, you know, it's the most sexual sign. It's the ruler of the sexual organs, and it is the way a Scorpio connects with their spirituality, you know? And some of you may experience a burst of passion in your relationship, or a burst of desire for someone or for a significant other, and it really could come to a point of renewal and joy. The Nine of Cups, happiness, but individual happiness. You know, it's happiness that you have. You feel satisfied. you are feeling good. You're feeling proud of what it is you've gone through. Because I think in some ways you guys have earned like you kind of earned something. And I don't quite know exactly what that is. And I think for many of you it's going to be different. But you've earned the medal. And you should be proud of it. The thing with the Nine of Cups is it's not like... can indicate pride, but in this essence, I'm really not seeing a prideful or an egotistical vibe at all. You guys have kind of been humbled anyway this year. Like the universe really did a number on you, kept smacking you down, and you experienced a great deal of resistance. So this isn't a place of pride. Nine of Cups is a place of honor, and it's a place of genuine understanding and being happy that you went through what you went through because it forced you to develop in ways that you wouldn't have had the opportunity to develop otherwise. And you're still, like I said, you're still there, but you're really reaching that end of it. You're really reaching the backside of the intensity there. I think for a lot of you, the material world in which you find yourself, your house, your financial, your bank accounts, the cars that you have in the driveway, the things that you own, your assets, your securities, all that stuff, it's set, and you're fine. And like I said in the intro, you're now undergoing that shift to, okay, well, if my immediate needs are addressed, what now? And now you're seeking higher level. You're seeking more spirituality, and you're seeking to connect with where it is you came from. Some of you may be experiencing or go through an experience of a little bit of, this is what I read this in a book, and I just was like, oh, it just totally, hit me in the stomach, because I have three planets, my sun, Mercury, and Mars in the 12th house. And I read a book, it was like 12th house, that kind of gives you a sense of divine homesickness. And when I read that, I was like, holy cow, that's exactly what it is. And there could be a little bit of isolation, or you may seek out a little bit of isolation as well over the course of the next few months, to just reconnect, not in a bad way, not in a lonely or depressed way, but really just to disconnect from the world and reestablish your sense of really who you are and where you came from. And again, to be honest, like sex for the Scorpio energy is very, very important. Love, sex, and spirituality, there is no boundary between the three of those. They are all the same thing. And some of you may be, like I said, have heightened desires in that way. Okay, we've got the Hanged Man. We've got a few major arcanas. Okay, we've got the High Priestess, the Hanged Man, Justice, and the Sun. So the Hanged Man is actually a card of Pisces, and Pisces being ruled by Neptune. Okay, and right now we have Neptune in Pisces. So the Piscean energy coming in, and we've, again, that boundaries, lack of boundaries, the dissolving of boundaries. Pisces is the natural ruler of the 12th house as well. With the Hanged Man comes higher levels of wisdom and understanding. The highest level of wisdom and understanding. You put Neptune and you put Jupiter together, the two most spiritual planets in the solar system, and you've got, like walking angels almost, kind of a thing, where you're very in tune with other people's needs. You're in tune with your own needs. You're in tune with the motivations behind other people. You're in tune with the drive and really why things are occurring. Okay, and then it will enhance your satisfaction with this life. I guess not to say that, look, Sagittarius, you're always happy, right? Optimistic, but Optimism and satisfaction are two very different things. I think there is an essence of satisfaction happening here, or you're moving into a phase of feeling content, you know. Another thing with the Hanged Man too is the concept of the, you know, suspension and delays, and, you know, things kind of maybe taking a long time, but that's just the reprogramming process, you know. That's the reconstructing your thoughts and your ideas, and reprioritizing things in life. And that's to be expected. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. And if you are in a relationship, this is a very isolated experience. You know, you can't force someone to go through the spiritual awakening with you. You know what I mean? So you kind of are on your own, but with the sun in the center of the reading, there is that, well, your partner is going to accept responsibility and do their part as well. Let's move forward a little bit and talk about the High Priestess. I see this as a very Scorpio-like energy. She's not, you know, by the book of tarot, she's not really, but I do see it as that, you know. She's the keeper of secrets. She's the keeper of truth. Scorpio being the seeker of truth, right? And being the one that really wants to dig deep and to get to the root of everything and to truly understand. You know, I think you may be taking on a little bit of intensity, whether you kind of want to or not. The 12th house isolation, like I said, there is also a need to kind of decompress after what you've been going through. And it's going to take time for you to kind of bounce back to your normal, happy, bubbly self. High Priestess, you know, she's such a untouchable, you know, and she's very elusive. And sometimes it can be frustrating when you have something like right on the tip of your tongue that you think, but then, you know, it's all about when the universe wants you to know or to understand, then that's when it will come to light, you know. And so she's not something that can be forced. She's something that just must come to you. You know, her secrets must just become illuminated. And they become illuminated when a person is quiet, when a person feels ready, when a person feels like they've kind of earned that rite of passage a little bit, which you have, and when their life is in a state of balance and in a state of peace. Okay. Take advantage of Libra, because that's what it's all about, is the establishment of balance. Okay, whoa, okay, that one definitely wanted to come out. And then I had a couple others that flipped out, if I can do this here. Okay, so we have the 10 of Wands, which actually it came out reversed, the Star, 3 of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Princess of Pentacles. Okay, let me make sure you can see all these. Okay, so the 10 of Wands reversed. This actually was a Capricorn card that I kept getting for Capricorns a lot. And I kept telling them, like, oh, you guys, stop working. Take a break. You need to rest. And now it's your turn. You need to rest, guys. This isolation, you know, if you can afford it, or if you can afford the time, or you know, financially afford it, I would highly recommend, you know, early next year to plan some kind of a getaway, to plan some time where you can be alone or be with your partner or your significant other, and just, you know, do something that's a little bit out of the ordinary, and to do something where it's just you and you're not distracted, you know. And everyone vacations differently, but this time frame is really kind of pushing you towards something that is very quiet. You know, I know some people go and party and drink and go to clubs and all that, But that's not necessarily what is kind of calling upon you here. Something more that, like a meditation retreat or something like that would be really, really a beautiful experience for you. And then we have the star, okay? And the star is that 11th house Aquarius energy. And this is a weird kind of thing, the Aquarius and Scorpio both actually are what are called the karmic signs. Scorpio is a karmic sign because it's like constantly feeling burdened and feeling the weight of the world and feeling very heavy and very intense and all of this. But Aquarius is karmic because it's like the 11th house, and it's, the process of giving everything up, that whole sense of self, right? Houses 1 through 12 or 1 through 11, it's all about developing your sense of self, perfecting your skills, developing relationships with others, building a career. And then right before we move into the 12th house of Pisces, we have Aquarius, which is like that initial separation from the sense of self, which you've spent so much time developing and growing, and giving it up to the greater good, giving it up to a cause or to benefit humanity, And that's kind of like the step right before Pisces, where it's like, okay, then we give it up to the creator. And there is no need for human, experiences kind of thing. And it's more about, it's just my soul wants to go home. And the star can kind of feel like, getting your hopes and wishes, but I'm starting to not see it so much in terms of material things. I see it more in terms of, general concepts like feeling happy, feeling content, feeling peaceful, feeling tranquil, and feeling immune to like turmoil. Because I think going through what you've gone through, you really got a good handle on yourself, right? Being able to really remain sturdy and really being able to remain true to who you are. You've got your 4 of Wands, you've got your stability, you've got that down pat, And now is a time for you to really attain those higher level concepts. And so we've got the 3 of Cups. This is a card of abundance, a card of growth, and like I said, a lot of 11th house activity. It does represent gains and wealth as well, so I'm not going to totally leave that out. But feeling good and feeling fulfilled in general. Some of you may be, like I said, being social because of the Libra activity, going out and developing business networks and all of that. So that's still there. And the Knight of Swords and the Princess of Pentacles. I feel like this is you, the Knight of Swords. I kind of see this as a little bit of a detached energy right now, but it kind of goes well with what I've already said. So a little bit detached, but still kind of doing what you need to do. But I think that there is a sense of, like choosing new directions. And, this is the Lord of Wind and Breezes. And, right now you're kind of like, okay, well, wherever the wind blows, I goes. Like I said with the sun, it's all about going with the flow and not really working so hard. And, because life doesn't always have to be so hard. And you're coming to that realization, a little bit. And then the Princess of Pentacles, you may be hearing from or dealing with an earth sign. This is someone that... I said this in another reading. I think it was the Scorpio or Libra reading. When an earth sign reaches out to you, it's kind of a special thing. It doesn't have to be earth, but it could be someone that is a little bit, distant and a little bit cold, a little bit cool. It could be a friend, it could be your partner, it could be someone that you have an interest in. I think you may hear from them. I think that you may receive some kind of a message or establish some kind of a conversation with them. I think fundamentally the two of you are very different, but yet there is still a very genuine interest from them towards you. They care about you very much. Maybe they love you very much, and they really are very happy to see you feeling lighter, and they're very happy to see you feeling more free. Because I think for a while you really, were feeling victimized by the universe, and you just kept getting beat up, and people care about you, and they love you, and they want to see you succeed. And I think that they're feeling very happy that you're experiencing a little bit of lightness, or you will. And they may be someone that's not so prominent in your life. Now, if it's someone new, there could be someone new coming in. And I think in a romantic capacity, there's potential for a lot of passion and a lot of connection. But it would be spiritual connection, guys. It's not just oh, they're good on paper. They make so much sense. Maybe they don't make sense. But there's an undercurrent. And again, we've got the High Priestess. So there is that undercurrent kind of flowing between the two of you, where the two of you really are very genuinely spiritually connected. Okay. And, I feel that this person's interest in you and this person's caring in you, maybe they've been on the sidelines, or maybe you guys stopped talking for a while, or you really needed a separation or something. And if that was the case, it's very possible that they're going to come back, and you probably are going to be hearing from them. They may be experiencing a little bit of fear in getting in touch with you, because maybe they're not sure where they stand with you. They're not sure exactly what you think of them. And, I think on some level they're highly insecure, but they are genuine in their efforts to get in touch with you, to get in contact with you. I think there's love here. And with the presence of the Three of Cups, it could be a friendship kind of love, or to reconnect first as friends, and then to allow it to develop to something deeper later on. I think that's something that a Sagittarian is, not foreign to. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with that. I think this is going to be a great month for you. I am excited for you very much, and I really wish you guys nothing but the best. All right, thanks so much. Bye.